All right, g'day, hi and welcome. All right. Already got a bit of a mist there. We're going on a long ranger today. How did all that dust get on my truck? See how far I get before I get the first ditching. As long as I can make it there and make it back. This poor truck. No, the bolts are not out of the EGR valve. I couldn't get them out. That's the problem. That's probably the main reason why a lot of people won't work on the truck. Now, what I'm going to see is how much hay is going to be flying out of the back of my truck between here and the neighboring town. So, yeah, I got to stop for gas and provisions. I got to do about a round trip of about 70-80 kilometers today. You should see the tornado of hay flying around the back of the truck. Yeah, that's how you clean out the back of your truck, eh? Yeah. That's probably what all the dust is. So my goal today, I got a little job for my friend's mom. I normally get her to pick me up, but the thing is it's like I'm trying to use the truck as much as I can before I can't, you know? So it's that race against, can I earn the truck's, you know, I'm not trying to drive the truck into the ground, I'm not, but can I earn enough money so that I can fix the truck? But this time of year, it's actually kind of warm right now. This time of year is like my busy season, right? So for those of you that don't know, I make all my money basically between like April and October. I have to make my yearly income on that because I sit on my butt pretty much all winter, because most of the stuff I do is like yard work and stuff like that, and there's really not a lot of winter work. I get the odd roof rake job or something like that, but I don't get a lot of jobs like that in the winter, and usually not enough to sustain me. So I have to kind of write off my winters as I'm not going to make a cent, and if I make a little bit of money in the winter, it's just a bonus, you know what I mean? And the problem is in the winter, that's when I want all my trucks and everything fixed, but that's when I have the least amount of money. So I have to make that money now, right? Plus the money to get me through the winter, okay? Which that's a big one to factor in right there. And that is where my problem lies, is I don't make enough money fast enough. And right now I'm into, I guess, my third week of like getting like full-time kind of work. Yeah, still a little bit of hay flying out of the back of my truck. There's a car coming up behind, so it's probably, where's all this hay on my windshield coming from? It was me. So yeah, so that's the race. It's always a race between the catch-22 clock, right? Where I have to spend money on absolutely everything because everything I have is broken or breaking down or about to break, right? But I also have to live, right? There's all that annoying little thing that I gotta do. Okay, ooh, better stay on my side of the road. Sorry. I had to make sure I had my wallet in there and everything, gas money. So the way I do my day, okay, so today I'll work, okay, and I do this every day I work. I'll take $20 for maintenance, whatever it is. Sean, brand new truck. I'll take another 20 bucks for gas, and I put it aside as if I didn't. I never miss it because, you know, like once you get into that habit, it's like, oh, okay, well, I got all this money in my pocket. Oh, and then by the end of the week, oh, I got to put gas in the vehicle. How much do I have? No, it's like I take that money out right away. There's the boys. He bought a dump truck. Freaking Derek got a dump. I don't know. Well, either his dad did, either Randy did, or Derek did. I'm not too sure. It's a dad and son business right there. That's pretty cool. Then again, he could have borrowed the truck from one of his relatives too, but anyway, getting back to what I was saying, the whole thing is that, like, I want to have my money in the wintertime so I could drop this off at a garage, and the guy's like, yeah, it's going to take me 3 months. Yeah, fine. You know, I'm not doing anything for the next 3 months. You know what I mean? That's kind of the goal, right? The problem is usually when I have the money is during my busy season. Usually when things break down is during my busy season. So whenever this truck does break down, the first thing I have to have is the $500 for towing. Will it cost me exactly $500? Maybe not. Hopefully not. Will it cost me probably pretty close? Well, just for the truck to leave the yard, it's probably $250, right? So, regardless of distance. So you break outside, break down right outside the tow truck laneway, they'll still charge you probably $250 just to come out of the laneway to get you. You know what I mean? You say, that's not fair. Well, that's business. You know what I mean? So that's the first thing I have to have, and I have. But that puts me so tight. If this truck breaks down, like, I'm not going to be upset, because I'm at that point where I'm not going to get into what's going on in the world. I don't think I need to tell anybody how screwed up the world is right now. It just water over rocks for me. It's just like, yeah, of course that would happen. Yeah, of course that would happen. So right now I'm driving with the EGR valve plug disconnected. The EGR valve is still stuck to the engine with 2 bolts, but the pipe, which I blocked off with a gasket and a piece of tin, the vacuum pipe, is blocked off. So the thing is that I don't know what the long-term effects of that is going to be, or the short-term effects. I'm praying it's one of those things that people have done enough that it's like, because I had one of my commenters say that, you know, you're going to cook your exhaust valves doing that without a tune. But would it? You know what I mean? Because I'm trying to think of how the EGR valve is fed, right? So, like, does that exhaust gas that would normally come out the EGR valve, does that just back up and go back out through the exhaust valve? And if so, no harm, no foul. And the EGR valve doesn't run constantly, right? It's mainly at idle and at startup that it, you know, for the first, until your engine's warmed up kind of thing, that it does that, right? So the thing is like, would it do it long enough to actually cook your exhaust valve? I don't think it could. You know what I mean? Like, my engine temperature stays just slightly south of the midline, right? So that's good. You know, a cooler engine is better, right? I mean, there's an operable temperature, and that's what you want. Now, the thing I don't know for myself is, like I say, what is the long-term effects of not having the EGR valve? If it's just more horsepower and better mileage and less breakdowns, well, I'll take that. You know, like, all this electronic stuff is what really screws you up. Like, I know carburetors are a thing of the past, but boy, they were simple. You had to mess with them all, you know, a couple of times a year, but that was so much easier. You know, and man, is this road ever rough. It's like crack, 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 crack. See all the cracks? It's like you feel each one. Tunk, 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 tunk. This stretch of road is pretty bad too, so. But yeah, so I'm gonna see how this week works out. I got 3 long range trips that I got it. Long range meaning with you know, probably an hour each way kind of thing, or half an hour each way, not local. And those trips are kind of terrifying me. But one I have to do to renew my driver's license. The problem is that I don't want to borrow my dad's truck anymore, because his truck's a year newer than this. And although his truck is doing quite well, it's going out too, you know what I mean? Like, unfortunately, vehicles just don't last forever, you know? The big problem with this vehicle is that it's actually worth putting money into, you know? But that's also a good problem to have. It's just, I was hoping not to have to put money into it this soon. I was hoping to get a reserve built up first. Oh, there's a doggy. Oh, I know whose dog that is. That's That's my brother's. Oh, it's a little dog. That's what that squeak was. The little doggy there going squeak, squeak. I was like, what the hell's that noise? And anyway, yeah. But anyway, that's the brother of Sucky, my brother's dog. Which these dogs are like the most affectionate dog. They're dumb. They're really dumb, but they're so cute. Yeah. Anyway, I'll just leave it at that for now.